South Global.
Well, I'm GloryGirl Kashout. It's probably what you know me as from my Instagram.
No, for sure.
Little gang. I don't know. The family right now. GloryGirl Academy.
No, for sure. Now, shit, like, I just watched your BZTV interview and shit, you brought up the Lotto song, bro. I ain't gonna lie, when I first heard it, I was like, damn, this shit hard. Like,
Right.
So what was the recording process like with that song?
We Hit the Lotto. So when we recorded Hit the Lotto, like I said in that interview, we did it in a house. And we did it in my brother's house. He got a studio inside his house, so that's where he recorded a lot of his stuff at now. He got like all the equipment you need, the mic, you got the raw chairs, everything you need right there. So I think he like woke me up, cause I spent like a week or two there, and every time he was ready, he'd just come in like, come on, let's record. And he like a weird worker. He'll work you like a slave and do it in the middle of the night. You waking up, he ready to record, you might as well get into it. So it was just like that. He woke me up, he ready to go. We did like 5 songs that day. I did Hit the Lotto, and I think I did, like I said, I did a song with Tato, and then I did like a couple more by myself. I even got some extra ones with Keef too, so we just go in, I hit a beat, you know, he played a beat for me. I think that beat was by Chop, so he already had that. He played the beat for me, I listened to it. He wanted to put his verse on the song, he did. I heard the verse, and then after I heard his verse, me and him both talked about like what would be a good hook. We talked about the hook. He was talking about, you know, flashy stuff, money and all that. So we hit the lotto, you said a couple times. That's kind of my thing. I always tell my brother I like about hooks. When I do hooks, I kind of like for them to be catchy, because then the type of songs I like something you're going to repeat over and over again. So we went with that. After that, I recorded the hook to it, and that pretty much was it. It was just me and him up there. There's no extra people, just me and him by ourselves with our phones, notes. He telling me if I do something a certain way, if he be like, man, you should say it like this, or your voice could go higher than that, do that. He tell me that, like, nah, make your voice like this. I go back in, he erase it, I do it again. We'll do that 10 times until it sound perfect to that man. Like, that's how much of a perfectionist he is, and it made me like that, you know. So they start making me nervous during the recording process. But it's pretty cool, pretty straight to the point, nothing at all. Like, it's real easy going.
For sure. Now, shit, like, also, I heard you in the other interview was just saying, like, how you want to work with more Chicago female artists.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like it's enough, like, how many Chicago female artists is there out here?
You know what's crazy? Because you would think it's not none, but it's just a lot of, like, female women, you know, rappers that just don't have, like, the notoriety, or, like, they might not have the following, but it's definitely some girls that rap here. It's some girls that didn't rap, they then slowed up when they should have kept taking it serious. Like, girls that really know how to rap for real, it's a lot of them. And I mean, now we still got a couple. We got Queen Key, Dreezy from Chicago, me. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a couple. It's just like, you just really got to, you know, make yourself more familiar with it. People don't really try to do that because, you know, they always trying to go straight to the guys. But there's some girls here that really got it. Not even just the ones I name, you know, just saying popular names. But, like, I'm talking about girls you would never know and can really spit like one of the hardest dudes from the city. It's just, don't nobody take notes to them or try to interview them or try to talk to them.
So do you feel like it's harder for a female rapper to come up in this game these days?
Yeah, I think it's harder for a female woman wherever you from. It's gonna be harder. You know, we gotta prove ourselves more. You got guys dropping, they said the same thing we done heard 40,000 times, and it still hit like it was the first time. When girls do that, what they tell us? We tired of hearing that. We tired of hearing about sex. We don't want to hear about y'all. Sure, but you done told us about a Bentley car like 60 times. We heard you, we know. So it's definitely hard. Everything with us got to be of substance. You know, we got to make it make sense. We got to prove ourselves. We got to wait a longer time. So I definitely think it's way, way harder for women no matter what city you're from.
Damn, no, for sure. Now, shit, being as though that you are an artist, like, what's your recording process like? What do you need to record?
So I just started, before I only used to record with my brother, because that's how I got into music. So I would only wait until I'm in LA and I'm in the comforts of my brother home in his studio. I just started recording by myself like a year or two ago. I wasn't going to LA, you know, as often as I could be recording. And, you know, we got people out here, studios I could have been going to. So my brother ended up plugging me with a studio out here. He sent me to the studio to a session. I had like sessions back to back. Like I had 10-hour sessions going by myself. Me and I bring like one other girl with me, one other person with me. Just sit in the studio. The engineers will usually play me a beat. Or, you know, Keef produces, he make a lot of his own beats. So he didn't email me like 10 beats. I go in the studio, I play the beat. You know what's crazy? I really don't like to write. When I try to write, it don't none come out.
Damn.
when I try to sit there on my notes and put lyrics out, nothing never come out. Like I think cause I'm too smart. Like I go to school, so you can't do stuff like that with me because I'm gonna try to figure out too much. When rapping, you supposed to just say what's on your mind, have fun, catchy, all that type of stuff. So I really, with my recording process, I like to just go in and just start like rapping, just saying stuff, and then hear it back, delete that, or let's do that again, or you should say this or say that. And then people might throw stuff in too, like, well, you could have talked about that. But I really just like to go in and just start talking, hear it back, and keep fixing it. And it really don't take me that long either, as you would say. That only going back fixing it take like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Like the songs be real fast, cool, and they be like, for real, we be in there rocking for real. But yeah, I hate writing. It don't come out for me.
No, for sure, for sure. Now, you are an educated black woman. You know what I'm saying? What made you want to go to college and actually, fall through with it? Because a lot of people don't go to college these days.
Nah, for sure. For me, that's why I think a lot of people not doing it. Like, and so many people just trying to say how it's a waste, but people don't be understanding, like, of course we know it's too expensive. Like, we can all agree on that. But that's not why I'm going to college. If I based everything on the bad side of it, I wouldn't have did nothing I did in life. So it's more so looking at the bigger picture. I'm like, if all fails, I'm always have my degree. Can't nobody ever take that away from me, my name on it. Like, it's always for mine. Nobody can do nothing. I'm solidified, graduated, I got a BS in psychology. So for me in life, most stuff is like about ownership, especially where, black people, like, we don't think about that type of stuff enough. So I'm trying to have stuff with my name on it that people can't take. That's my goal in life. As many things as I can have that nobody can ever take from me. And then just college, just wanting to be educated. Can't nobody take your education from me. Can't nobody take what I know from me. Can't nobody unsmart me, because I earned that. I studied all that stuff myself. So just that feeling, or wanting to have that feeling, just kept me going. Just wanting to graduate, wanting to be the first person out of my family, wanting to make my brother, my grandma proud. He then became a rapper. I got to do something big,
Yeah.
So all that just played a part in me just keep going. And it's honestly one of the best decisions I ever made, going to college and graduating.
For sure. Now, how did it actually affect your life having a degree?
I think when you say, I don't know. I think it make me like calmer because I know it's there and it's mine. I always got it to fall back on. Like if all things don't work, because everybody know I want to be a lawyer. Everybody that knew this for years now, and that's still something I'm trying to do. But I do other stuff too. I got my YouTube. I rap sometimes. I like to take pictures, so I sometimes focus on that. But I get to do that and still have it in the cut, no matter what. Like I still got that too. So I don't know, just being able to have all these different stuff. All these different ways I can go about stuff. You try to go one route with something. What if that don't work out? You supposed to believe in yourself, but you also got to be on your P's and Q's. Always have a backup plan. Always be ready for something to mess up. And that's kind of what I try to do.
For sure. Did you feel like it was a lot of pressure on you when your brother actually did blow up?
I want to say pressure. I feel like the average person, yeah, like if you ask any other rapper, sibling that, yeah, but for me, nah. Because like where we grew up at, everybody like cocky. Everybody think even in Chicago, I ain't even gonna say like just complex I grew up in. Chicago, when people famous, we don't think people famous. Like we think we famous. Like we think we the celebrities. We don't go crazy over those celebrity or nothing like that. Like we just think we the biggest people ever. So I ain't really feel no pressure because I already felt like that about myself. I already knew I was going through school. I was gonna do the college thing. I already had my life planned out. So I just kept with my own plan, while at the same time just supporting him and being on the sideline. So it was kind of easier for me to break up the two. I ain't let that get to me. It ain't never got to my head. It ain't never changed my life plans or nothing like that. I kind of just know how to juggle my life and this life I got, that come with all this type of stuff. So I know how to manage it all.